Release, enlarge my territory. Can you pray these words with me? No limits, no boundaries. Come on. Said I see increase all around me. Stretch forth, break forth, release me. Enlarge my territory. Say, no limit, no boundaries. Said I see increase all around me. Stretch forth, break forth. Release me, enlarge my territory. No limit, come on, no boundaries. I see increase all around me. Search for, release me, enlarge my territory. No limit, no boundaries. Said I see increase all around me. Search for, release me, enlarge my territory. No limit, no boundaries. Said I see all around me. Search for, release me, enlarge my territory. No limit, no boundaries. I see increase all around. Release me, enlarge my territory. Increase, say increase, say increase. Yes, yeah. Come on, can you lift up a mighty shout in the building? A mighty roar of worship. Breakthrough anointing. With your hands lifted up, say it like this. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Release me. Release me. Oh, take the limits off. Take the limits off. Release me. Oh, release me. Oh, take the limits off. Take the limits off. Release me. Release me. Jesus, take the limits off. Take the limits off. Release me.
Yeah, Baba Bahaga. No limits. Hey, no boundaries. Limits. Yeah, God. No boundaries, increase. I speak increase. I speak increase. Oh, take the limits off. Hiya, ba 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 ha. Ro ba 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 ba. Oh, 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 Say what you heard.
See what you said. Say what you heard. So you can see what you said. Oh, pray these words. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off.
Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Hey, hey, hey. Limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off. You can ra-ba-ba-ba-ba-ha. Take the limits off. 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 Hey! Take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the limits off.
So I see
Increase, I see increase
all
around me.
stretch forth.
Stretch forth, break forth. Release me. Enlarge my territory.
My territory.
Ha ba 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 ha ya God. Yeah, da, 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 ba. Enlarge my territory. Take the limits off. Yeah, 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 yeah. Enlarge my territory. My territory. Oh. Now it's my territory.
It's a time of favor. It's a time of rain. It's a time of increase. It's a time of harvest. It's a time for reaping. You've sown in many tears. You've sown countless nights. You've paced your floor back and forth. You've believed. You've stood on words that you have yet to see come to pass. But this is the time for rain. Ask for the rain. Ask for the rain in the time of rain. Ask for favor while favor is falling. Hallelujah. Enlarge my territory.
How many times?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know how well y'all heard the song, but he says, ask for it while the favor is falling. Come on, what are you asking God for this morning? Release it in the atmosphere while the favor of God is falling. I release such and such in the atmosphere while the favor of God is falling. Come on, I speak to the increase of what God is about to do in my life. Come on, the favor of God has just increased upon my life. Come on, I woke up this morning in increased favor. I see the power of God increasing in me. I see the manifestation of what God is about to deliver to my house. It just increased. I take the limits off of the level of my blessings. Come on, can somebody say it with me? I speak the increase of God's favor on my life today. I speak the increase of God's favor on my life today. The increase of God's favor is resting upon my life today. Come on, I enlarge my capacity. I'm not waiting on nobody else to enlarge my capacity. I am enlarging my own capacity. I am seeing the supernatural show up in my own story. I'm seeing the supernatural show up in my own life. So I'm going to what? Speak the vision that God has for me, and I'm going to see the increase. Come on, I see it stretching. I see it stretching. I see it stretching. I see it stretching. I see God stretching. Come on. What is it that you have been asking God for? and it has not shown up. But out of my mouth, I have the access to speak. The favor of God is about to show up in the direction that I need it to show up. Come on. 2 days from now, I'm about to see God show up in my life. Come on. 2 days from now, I'm about to see God show up in my life. And listen, as I prophesied it on the airways, the devourers of the adversary can't steal what God is about to restore back into my hands. They can't take what God is about to do. Come on. God is about to do something great and mighty. It is about to happen in 2 days. The favor of God is about to show up in my life in 2 days. I prophesied that God's hand is about to manifest a breakthrough and a breakforward in my life in 2 days. I prophesy that he's about to release what I need for the new dispensation of destiny and purpose. The adversary can't steal what God is about to release. And what God is about to release, it comes with enlargement, stretching, and increasing. Come on here. Increase is upon what God is about to do. My territory has been enlarged. Come on. You prophesied that to yourself. My territory has just gotten an upgrade, and it says enlarge, 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 enlarge. I am no longer boxed in. Come on. You got to increase the vision. And when you increase the vision, you got to be able to increase your vocabulary. Come on. He says, increase the vision. So in order for you to increase the vision, you got to increase your vocabulary. I have it. It's in my hands. I own it. Come on. I increase the capacity of the vision. Come on. The access that is given to me has just been increased. He gave us the right of access on yesterday. He said immediate access on yesterday. So now today is a new day. I woke up with new mercy, new favor, new grace, new everything upon me today. So I have the ability to increase the vision today. So today's word is my access has been increased. My access has been increased. The enlargement of my territory has been increased. Why? Because my finite mind can no longer do a Romans 12:2. Come on. My finite mind can no longer do a Romans 12:2 because in this hour, I transform and allow Christ Jesus to take over my mind so that I may see the inheritance that is due to me. The increase of my inheritance manifests for me in 2 days. The increase of my inheritance manifests for me in 2 days. The papers that I need is showing up in my hands in 2 days. The keys that I need is showing up in 2 days. The lump sums and the surpluses is showing up in 2 days. What I need is going to show up in 2 days. I have decreed and declared that I'm going to stand back on Hosea 6:2. On the second day, he revived me. But on the third day, he going to restore my inheritance. On the third day, he going to give me new access. On the third day, the vision going to be ignited. Listen, I'm not going to allow how I see things now. I'm not going to allow how I see things now to define the vision that accesses my future. Listen, I will not allow what I see now to access the vision of my future. I take the limits off of my future. Come on, I am going to go back and rewrite the vision because there is a new access that has been given to me for this new dispensation of the vision. Come on, how many of you have a vision for your business, a vision for your personal life? And now is the time that you have to go back and rewrite the vision. Because what occurred on February the 1st is not what's happening right now. So you need to rewrite it because he done watered some things in the spirit realm for you. So you have to catch up with the increase of that vision You have to catch up with the increase of that vision. You recognize that your heritage has brought you into a new place of adoption, new place of ownership, new place of friendship. So with your access being given to you, you have to understand with the wisdom of God that you can speak the increase of God. You can speak the enlargement of God. Come on. Last night in the mentorship class, we talked about moving from a place of global ministry to global kingdom. And if you recognize that you're in global ministry, but now you have tapped into global kingdom, you have to identify with that the size of the vision is not defined by the circumference of. Listen, my circumference of me being a renter of a building right now does not identify the upgrade region of the vision. Come on. He said your small beginnings is going to help you to ignite to the next place, to the new now. So if your vision is attached to a renting situation right now, don't you know that owner is about to drop in? Don't you know that the titles of the papers is about to show up? Don't you know that he's about to show you a new level of his inheritance? So you better start writing the vision over. You better make sure that you have written the vision till the vision is completely plain so that you can accelerate the run. Hey, Shaya. I am no longer thinking small. My vision has enlarged its greatest capacity. Listen, I'm writing a vision. I'm writing a vision. And I was speaking to one of my sisters, and she said, listen, you're going to stop. I said, what do you mean by I'm going to stop? She said, you have stuff for 2027. You have stuff for 2028. I said, no, I'm not going to stop. I said, you grab a hold to the vision that God has given me. I said, and if you grab a hold to the vision that God has given me, you know you're going to be in the land of the living in 2027. If you grab a hold to the vision that God has given me for 2028, you know you're going to still be in the land of the living. So therefore, if you know you're going to be here in 2027, you know you're going to be here in 2028, ignite the vision. Come on, increase the vision, increase their large capacity. Stop limiting yourself to just being able to go somewhere by August. Come on. He said the vision can be enlarged because I am giving you the ability to accelerate the run. That means that you won't be slowing down no time soon. That means you're about to take a robo shebahaya. You're about to take hinds feet in God and accelerate like a gazelle. So we have to get it out of our mindset that I am going to operate on a day by day. Because if you keep operating on a day by day, you're never going to walk into what you have. Come on, you're not going to walk into what you have for the future. Because you're going to always see day by day. You're not going to be able to prophesy. Listen, my sister on the line, I'm going to say this like this. If you keep living day by day, because this is for you. If you keep living day by day, how you going to see your grandchildren in 10 years? How you going to see your grandchildren in 15 years? How you going to see your grandchildren show up at their high school graduation? How you going to see your grandchildren showing up at their college graduation? How you going to see your grandchild blessing their first home? Come on, if you keep on planning your life by day to day, he says, increase the way you thinking, increase the way you planning, increase the way you developing. Come on, I am developing a new strategy, and my strategy says that I can step out of the small-minded things. Listen, I have these little things. If anybody know me, I am Nakia Rapp, and I have an addiction. It is called sweets. And so look, I purchased this at the Dollar Tree. And this is called cinnamon something cake. Okay, now look at this illustration to help somebody out. This little 2x2. They didn't put it in a 2x2 pan. They started off with a mass industrial bowl. They started off with an industrial mixer. Everything was enlarged in order to make this, for it to be sealed up in this small package. But it did not start off small. So listen, so why are you limiting yourself to be in a small package when he says, I need you to see that when I place you in the potter's wheel, that it was no limits on you. There was enlargement on you. Your potter could have gone this way, that way, shifted up, down, expanded. So why are you allowing the snack that you purchased out of the store to define your capacity of enlargement. Come on. My thoughts are greater than this. Come on. He says you need to have faith that is larger than the size of a mustard seed right now. You have went to the place of spiritual growth that you have exceeded your mustard seed faith. So my mustard seed faith now has multiplied. My relationship in God has multiplied. What happened? Because I increase the capacity of my words. I increase the capacity of my thought pattern. Come on. Let my mind be ye rooted in Christ Jesus. Allow me, Father, to have the mind of Christ. And the mind of Christ says there's no limits on what I can desire. The mind of Christ said there's no limits on what I can dream. The mind of Christ says there's no limit on what I can envision. The mind of Christ says there's no limit on what I can speak. Come on. You are the air that can speak into the atmosphere and produce blessings. Listen, it says that our voices has the ability to project and change atmospheres that we have not yet visited. So that means we operate in the mountain of influence, that I am showing up as the mountain of influence because my voice has power. So if my voice has power, that means my vision has power. Catch it. If my voice has power, my vision has power. Can you put it in the chat? I decree and I declare that my voice has power. So therefore, my vision has power. I decree and I declare that my voice has power to change atmospheres. I decree and declare that my vision has power to go into lands that my feet has not yet threaded upon. Come on. There is a frequency in my voice that increases. The increase of me being here. Come on. It may say that 5 is on the line. It may say that 10 is on the line. It may say that 20 is on the line, but it has the capacity to touch a global region. Come on. So my plans has increased. Why? Because my plans is no longer attached to the zip code that I once developed it in. Listen. Yes, God. My clients, listen to this. I prophesied that my clients are going to drive from the north, the south, the east, and the west. I prophesied that my clients are going to drive beyond a 50-mile radius. Listen, why? Because what I am producing in my salon, what I am producing in my massage therapy, what I'm positioning and producing in my kitchen, what I'm producing at the sewing machine, it has enlargement on it. It has increase on it. It has multiplication. It has the anointing of God. It has the oil of God to produce in regions that my feet does not thread. Come on. I prophesied that my style seat is going global. I prophesied that my empowered hands is going global. I prophesied that Zion Goddess is going global. I prophesied that Nazaria Delights is going global. I prophesied that Rita Creations is going global. I prophesied that NakiaRap.com is going global. I prophesied that Sisters with Conquering Faith Outreach.org is going global. I prophesied that Willing Vessels of God International is going global. Why? Because the power that is in my mouth spoke the increase. I prophesied that members are going to come from the north, the south, the east, and the west. And there is no ethnic limit on who can come and be a member at Willing Vessels of God. There's no limit on who can be a client at my Christian therapy office. There's no limit to what sister can be a part of Sisters with Conquering Faith. Come on. There is no limits. We prophesied the increase. And listen, Bashabahaya. We prophesied the increase. Listen, I prophesied the increase. Oh, my. Listen, y'all. Listen. I prophesied the increase of clients, members, so forth and so on. But now listen to the twist of this, because this morning we're talking about increasing the vision. So we're going to increase the vision. Have you written your travel plans yet? Oh, listen, have you written your travel plans? In the last 2 weeks, I have developed 3 levels of travel communication contracts. I've developed one for me as a Christian therapist. I've developed one for me as a pastor. I've developed one for me as a motivational speaker. Come on. I have opened up the channels. Let me introduce myself. Come on. Let me introduce who I am. Somebody needs to go back to their digital altar and reintroduce themselves. Your page might have got dry. Your page might have got stale. Let me show up and introduce myself to you. Come on. There may be a new frequency on your digital altar, and you need to go back on your TikTok. Let me reintroduce myself to TikTok. Let me reintroduce myself to Facebook. Let me reintroduce myself to Instagram. Let me reintroduce myself to my clients via email. Let me reintroduce myself to my clients via text message. Come on, increase the vision. Increase your ability to do marketing strategies. I no longer see myself in this wrapping paper, but I see the tearing. I see the release of what I am about to step into. What happens? My new identity has shifted me into new portals. My new identity has shifted me into regions that my feet has not yet tread on. Come on. The mouthpieces of God will cause a sound wave to hit areas that you have not yet visited. But then what happens when the sound wave hit the atmosphere? And it says, come on. I need you. I've been hearing so much about you. Can you pack up your travel kit? Come on, get your travel kit ready. I've been telling y'all, get your travel luggage ready. Get your travel kit ready because your hands is needed to touch the lands of California. Come on, your hands is needed to touch the lands of Michigan. Your hands is needed to touch the lands of Tennessee. But don't be caught off guard. Don't be caught off guard. You need to have that travel kit already packed in a closet. You need to have that contract already ready and sealed so you can send it to them. This is what I need. I need you to pay for me. I need you to pay for my assistants. So therefore, your budget needs to include 2 tickets, 2 hotel rooms, 1 travel card, my per diem, all this. It needs to be done. Come on. I'm no longer showing up on honorarium. I'm showing up for my value in my work, my increase of God's ability. He anointed my hands. Come on. He anointed my voice. Come on. He anointed the product that I produce. So therefore, you get your value that you are worth. We no longer doing, oh, just give me what you want. Come on. He said, for I have increased your mental capacity. You speak your value. You speak your work. No longer would you give me what you feel like. Because what happens is, you give me what you feel like. And your feel like seed is something thrown together that God did not ordain. And what happens? Your give me what you feel like seed comes with what? Cankerworms, locusts, aggravation, disgusting, and you wondering why something then shift in your body because that seed said, I don't care. But they done ate at your table. They done ate the access granted that God has given you. So today, every eye sharpened under the sound of my voice, that you know without a shadow of a doubt that your hands and your gift is making room for new platforms. Get your contracts in order. Come on. I've created 3 levels of contracts. And listen to this. The wisdom of God fall up on you as you write your contract. And don't be eager to say finalize. Sit your contract there. Write it up. Go through your contract. Read it. Read it. 3 days later, you go back and you read it again because you might have missed something. And God might have spoke something to you in a posture of those missed days. So go back and write it back. Come on. I decree and I declare that my life will align with my value and my worth. Come on. The vision that God has for me, I see myself aligning with it. And don't focus on who not celebrating you. Don't focus on who not coming along. Don't focus on who not supporting. You keep on going because he says in this hour, the vision is going into land that you have not yet tread upon. The vision is going into land that you have not even dreamt of. The vision is going into land that you didn't even see about in your geography or your history book. Come on. Come on. My voice is going in land that my feet has not thread up on. I shared with the mentor class on last night. My voice went to New Zealand, but I'm sitting here in Louisiana. Listen, so that means New Zealand has become a territory that God has opened up for the vision. So there's somebody in New Zealand that needs to hear the frequency that comes out of my mouth. Come on. Your social media posts, the clients that's coming into your shop, coming into your office, there's no limit on the frequency of their sound. So if there's no limit on the messenger sound, why is there a limit on the owner sound? Why is there a limit on the orchestrator sound? Come on, increase your vocal capacity to write the pen, write the vision with your pen. Come on, I ignite the fire. I ignite the fire of the pen of a ready writer in each and every one of you under the sound of my voice. Come on, I've been sending contracts to her sister because I know she read with fine teeth eyes. Listen, fine teeth eyes. I didn't say fine teeth nothing. Fine teeth eyes. I know she read with fine teeth eyes. So I've been sending my contracts, sending them and sending them. And she probably saying, when she gonna stop? When she gonna stop? I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping. And then as of yesterday, I get ignited even the more. So now listen, what he's doing, today is day 2. He's reviving you today. By tomorrow, you should be restored and refreshed to start writing the vision. Come on. Today might be a day. You might have your plans already for today. But listen, let him revive you today. And then tomorrow, you start restoring the vision. Come on. Pull the vision out and start restoring it. Restoring the vision. And then next, you develop the contract. Do not get caught slipping. Do not get caught out of posture or position. Come on. You need to have that travel bag ready for that unexpected moment. You don't know who then sat on your table. You don't know who then sat in your chair. You don't know who then ate your food. You don't know who then wore your outfit. Listen, because I got to get with Rita's Creation because Rita Creation got to set me up for some new assignments. Come on, listen, I prophesied. She may not be in alignment with it, but I prophesied that Rita's Creation is going to create the garments that I'm going to wear. Listen, I have the ability. Why? Because my voice has faith in it. So I know without a shadow of a doubt, when I dump all my fabric and patterns off to her, she going to start producing. Come on. So if God is giving me the ability to speak that in the atmosphere, I need everybody else to catch up with their assignment as an heir. My assignment in my marketplace ministry has given me access to visit new land. But in the access of visiting a new land, I must be prepared. So even if you have, yeah, Lord, here we go. On your website, if you can set it up, this is my travel. Come on, listen, this is my travel. My base rate to travel out of a 50-mile radius is $300. And according to the IRS, it says that mileage is now 67 cents. So now that means you have to pay me $300 for booking me. Then you have to pay me my mileage for the rest of the trip. Come on, because some of us going to drive 4 hours. Some of us have the ability, we're going to drive 6 hours. Some of us going to drive 8 hours because we can't afford for our material to go on the airlines because it's precious. So that means I have to invest and have my vehicle at full service capacity to handle what the door is opening for me now. So I have to make sure that I have a backup of everything that I have in my front line. Listen to what I'm saying. I have to have a backup to everything that's on my front line because I can't keep packing up what's in my building, in my marketplace for my travel, because that means somewhere down the line, through the rushing, through the processing, through the shipping, drop something along the way. So you need to start putting in your budget everything you're going to need for your travel kit. Then you need to put your travel uniform, your travel evening attire, your travel lounge attire, all that in your bag. Because your new now has just given you immediate access to new portals. Listen, I prophesied that my website has been unlocked. Listen, if nobody haven't been visiting your website and you haven't seen no traffic on your website, use your voice today to prophesy that my website is unlocked and it is open to receive new clients. My website is unlocked. It is open to receive new customers. Come on. I call back in a full shift. If my hours is 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, I call back in a full shift. And then listen, for those special clients that want after hour service, the after hour service rate. Come on. I saw, yes, Lord, hear me go. I don't know who this is for, but listen, I saw, as I've been researching websites and all this for my development plan, I saw a young lady's website. And this young lady says she work on Sundays. Because you know what? Some people days is sometimes Sundays to get some things accomplished because Monday through Friday, it just don't fit in their schedule. So homegirl said she willing to go and open up the door to her business on a Sunday for an additional incentive fee. So listen, she know her time is valuable for that Sunday because the Sunday is her rest day. So when you have a client and they want that special service, you make sure that you have incorporated in your special service budget. Come on. God has put you in the posture. Hello, y'all. Hello, y'all. God has put you in the posture that you're going out and you're doing weddings. Whether you're doing weddings for makeup, weddings for hair, weddings for photography. What is your base rate? Come on, increase the vision. Gas is high. Printing pictures is high. Cosmetic products is high. Because at one time, we could buy design essentials for less than $8. Now we add almost $15 to $20 for 8 ounces. The product size didn't go up, but the price went up. Come on. So now we got to compensate ourselves for all that. So now, what is your travel-based rate? Come on. That needs to be put in your contract. Come on. I am increasing the vision because the enlargement of his capacity is upon my vision. Come on. And my base rate does not include my plane ticket. All that needs to be explained when you increase your vision. When you increase the plan, step and know your value and your worth. I was sharing for my people out there that's doing t-shirt ministry. For my family out there that God has called to the rim of baking and cooking. Eggs high, flour high, sugar high, rice high. Ground meat is extremely high. Folks saying you're going to make chili. No, baby, ground meat is almost $40-something, $50, depending on what grade you need. Almost $50 for 10 pounds. So that means if I got to sell this chili, your $15 container is now almost $25. So listen, the increase of its grocery and your product and your inventory has increased. So the prices that you had in 2025, let's be honest with each other, y'all. The prices that you had in 2025, come on, we knew in 2026, new things has manifested. We are no longer seeing ourselves as business orphans. We're understanding that the business that God has given me, the ministry that God has given me, the marketplace that God has given me, whatever he's given you, it's a great value on it. There's a great price. Come on, it says at market value. When you go to the restaurant, I love oysters. And it says at market price value. So I called somebody and I said, excuse me, I'm looking at your menu and I see that it says an oyster po' boy is priced at market value. I told them, thank y'all for answering the phone, and I kindly ended the call, y'all. They told me $44 for the po' boy. I said, Jesus, I love oysters, but not at $44. I'm not about to pay $44 to go and sit in somebody's restaurant and eat some oysters. Guess what, mother? Can you help me out and fry some oysters? I'll buy them because they probably about $20 in the store. Come on. We have to understand our marketplace price value is no longer in the mindset of Lodabar, but it's in the mindset of the increase of my territory, the enlargement of my capacity. So your assignment is, as God moves you to rewrite your vision, make sure that the vision is aligning with the value price that God has for you. Come on. The mentorship requires time, prayer, preparation. So when I release the podcast, come on. When I release the podcast, nugget to nugget, the anointing costs. If he's taking me, listen, Kabasoro Shalahaya, if he's taking me from Burnside Avenue to a new main street and the building has been enlarged, that means the contract has to be written different. And we can't wait until we get the keys in our hands to write the contract. He's telling us the preparation for the vision is now. Come on. You desire, yeah, hear me go, God. You desire to be a mentor to young girls. You desire to be the mouthpiece in marriage ministry. So what happens now? The portal has been opened for marriage ministry. Your time is flexible for you to minister to the married people. Your time is flexible for you to minister to the single people. But are you being compensated for what you're pouring out? Come on. Your marketplace ministry is not always for the grace card. There is a moment on your grace card that says the seed needs to be sowed. So when you're sitting at home this week and you're getting ready to develop the plan that God has for you, remember that my name is attached to abundance and increase. My skill set is anointed for land that my feet has not yet traveled. My voice has the ability to unlock my website. Come on, listen. I don't know why we keep going there. Who website for booking has been dried up? Who website for booking has been dried up? Prophesied water back onto your website. I unlock the frequency of the air communications. The person that thought, the person that thought he or she was going to dry up the well that concerns my future, I stand before you to serve notice that by Monday, I'm going to reintroduce myself. Come on. My spiritual family in Africa created the flyer for me. It says building faith, changing lives. And I have this, I thought it was neon green, but they told me it was yellow. And so I have this outfit on. And I've been receiving so many messages in my DM saying, the outfit is beautiful. I love your top. Where did you purchase it from? So that lets me know that it was something about that image that has drawn people to find me on social media. They didn't hear me minister. They didn't hear me say anything. They hadn't seen me post nothing, but it was the image of the introduction. Come on, listen to what I'm telling somebody. You have to reintroduce yourself. Fresh eyes needs to see your new image. Come on, I'm waiting on my sister to give me a new hair color so I can take me a picture so I can reintroduce myself again for the spring. So listen, increase is all around you, but you have to step out from the small packaging that once was there. He says, no limits, no boundaries. There is increase all around each person under the sound of my voice. Step into your increase. Today's activation, I decree and I declare that I have stepped into my increase. Come on, prophesy that in the chats and then prophesy it in your planner. I decree and I declare that I have stepped into my increase. I decree and I declare that I have stepped into my abundance. I decree and I declare that I have stepped into my enlargement. There is no limit. There is no limit. Listen, you step to the hospital, you step to the hotel, and what happens? The door revolves. The door revolves. The door revolves. So speak to the revolving doors of your blessings. You don't know which panel was the first panel and put on that revolving door. You don't know which panel was the last. All you know is that the door keeps going round and round and round and round. It keeps working. It never stops. Come on. The power of God does not allow that revolving door to get jammed. The power of God says it's going to keep on moving. It's going to keep on moving. After you went from one place, you go to another, 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 go to another. I take the limits off of where my feet can thread, because he said that my feet are anointed to touch soils. So if your feet is anointed to touch soils, you must be prepared for the soils when the invitation comes. I sent out a text message a few weeks ago, and that text message was entitled, Be Ready, Be Set, because there are going to be some unexpected phone calls. There's going to be some unexpected invitations going to come into your email, unexpected invitations that is going to find your location and come in your mailbox. But you must be prepared for the unexpected. Come on, Home Depot, JCPenney's, and Walmart right now have luggage on sale. And for my Tote and Carry fans, check out the Tote and Carry. There's luggage on sale to fit into your new access plan. Come on. To fit into your new access plan. And if y'all want to shop local, you don't want to go to the store, I went to Marshalls and the Hammond Air, and oh my God, if I did not have an overflow of luggage, I would have been luggaging some more. But I said, okay, I've reached my limit. But there were such gorgeous colors, such gorgeous styles. Come on. That's right. Put it in a chat. I decree and I declare that I've stepped. Come on. Prophesy where you have stepped. I decree and I declare that I've stepped into the vision of my new now. I decree and I declare that I've stepped into the immediate access of my now. Come on. I am an heir. John 15:15. Come on. I stepped into the ownership of my heir anointing. I stepped into my heritage that has given me the access to sit in this chair every morning. I have access to sit in this chair and show up live. Come on. I have access. Come on. In my marketplace ministry, I have access. In my telephone ministry, I have access. Come on. The access that has been granted to you cannot be aborted by no man. The access granted to you cannot be aborted by no man. I have access to manifest the vision. We're signing off with that. I decree and I declare that I have access to manifest the vision. I decree and I declare that I have access to manifest the vision. I decree and I declare that I have access to manifest the vision. You don't just have access, but you have immediate access. I have immediate, listen, I have immediate access to new contracts. Listen, I have immediate access to new contracts. My God, my God. I don't know who out there does graphic ministry, but listen to this. My graphic ministry has access. You have people that's always looking for business cards to be designed. You have people that's always looking for postcards to be designed for their business. You have people that's always looking for brochures to be designed for their business. You have people that's always looking for something to personalize their authenticity of who they are as business owners. So you need to put yourself out there more. Come on. Use your social media platform. That was the assignment last night. Use your social media platform to be your global kingdom audience. Highlights, followers, tags, show up on Marketplace on Facebook, all that. To build and reach new eyes. I decree and I declare, come on, by Friday, I will have new access to clients. I decree and declare that by Friday, listen, go and get your nice new fresh uniform ready. Go step into Ross's. Go step into Target. Go step into Walmart. Go step into the mall. You don't even need nothing, but you're just going to walk the mall. And you're going to advertise your brand. And you don't know who is going to need the service that you provide. Okay, it's time for me to dismiss. You don't know who is going to need the service that you provide. So I am the brand behind the voice. I am the brand behind the face. Come on. Go and get your new uniforms. Get your blazer. Put your logo on your blazer. Get your lab coat. Put your logo on your lab coat. Get your jacket. Put your logo on the back. They may not see your face, but they see you from the back. Oh my God. And if you're nosy like me, and I tell y'all all the time, you're nosy like me, we passing cars on the road, and I see the truck, and the truck have a name I never saw. And I go ASAP on Google and pull it up, see where they located from, see where they're traveling at. So you don't know who eyes and who ears will land on the increase of your vision. So God bless each and every one of you. And remember to rewrite your vision, rewrite your mission, rewrite the plan that fits into your 2026 portals, into your 2026 lifestyle. I rewrite what belongs to me. Good morning. Good morning. I see uniquely me. Good morning. Come on, rewrite what is for you. And never settle for the low ball. Because if you settle for the low ball, Like I shared with y'all before, God told me to stop exchanging seeds after seeds with that person because it was opening and introducing me to the spirit of a borrower. So do not lowball the oil, the gift in your voice. If he said set, that's where you set. Come on. You have to, let me pause for a minute. The base rate, come on. I'm just telling y'all this as a ballpark figure. I'm not telling y'all what I put in my contract. But what I'm saying is the base rate for you to travel, say $300. The base rate for you to travel when they book you for your client, business, whatever, put it in there. The base rate for you to travel. When they want your service and they putting a demand on you and you know that you valued and you worth that, then you put the price. You set the tone. Because if you keep saying, give me what you want, you're not going to see the fullness of your value unless that person is divinely connected in God. Then they will see that they need to plant extra or sow extra. But if it's somebody that just want to use you for that moment, they'll say $50 is what you worth. They'll say $100 is what you worth. Now here you done travel 6 hours. And all you get is the $100, barely enough for you to get lunch, dinner, and gas. Let alone if you need to spend the night. So you need to look at your expenses. You need to look at your expenses. Look at your expenses and see and calculate your value. God bless each and every one of you. I decree and I declare that each person under the sound of my voice has tapped into the activation of the increase of the vision, and they will write the plan and they will restore what was laying in the closet. They're going to restore what was in the mattress. They're going to resurrect it. They're going to let the Ruach breathe up on it, and you're going to execute, and you're going to be what? A king, and build what God has told you to build. God bless.